So we finished our first 3 steps of our 6-step process of the 6 checks. We're about to perform check 4, which is the Jacques-Barré statistic. It needs to be above 0.05. It needs to not be statistically significant. The higher the number, the better. And your variables have a decent probability, decent VIF, decent coefficients, but could it be better? That's a good question. So what we could do is, especially if your Jacques-Barré statistic is statistically significant, is to look at a scatter plot matrix. So how do you do that? And what does that mean? What you do is you go to View, Graphs, Create Scatter Plot Matrix Graph. And when I come back, we'll have one. Okay, we're back. And here we are. If you follow the instructions in the lab, you should have something similar to this. So what are you looking at here? First of all these scatter plots are of how these variables interplay with each other. So this variable here times this variable here creates this scatter plot, and a collection of all of these creates this histogram. So the Jacques-Barré statistic is not necessarily looking at the variables, but the residuals of those variables. And residuals is something that's either defined in the lab, or you can look it up through links within the lab. But basically, you want normal distribution between the variables, or the residuals, excuse me. And so here, you're supposed to look at a normal distribution between these histograms. You can see things like this variable here have a relatively normal distribution. This one here has a good normal distribution. This one here has a relatively decent normal distribution. But we're looking for ones that are not normally distributed. And this first one here, this variable, is very much not normally distributed. It's biased towards the negative. So this would be a candidate for removal, which should increase your Jacques-Barré statistic. It means it would be normally distributed residual values, which is what we want. And then see what happens to the other guys. Create another graph doing the same thing. Okay? So that's how you do check 4.